As always, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that bell to be notified for future videos.
Hey, welcome back to the Fish Tank, guys. I am Cole, and today we are working on another Tootsie Toy for our good buddy, Big Charlie. And today's Tootsie Toy is a Ford-looking tanker truck. I'm calling it a gasoline truck. You can call it a water truck. I don't really know, but it is a Tootsie Toy. It looks like a Ford, and it looks like a tanker truck. So this is what we're going to build, and the goal is to restore this, but give it some class. Let's jump into it. Alrighty, let's get started. So after observing the casting, it's really not all that bad of shape. I generally started out with this project thinking, alright, let's just give this thing a nice paint job, clean up the wheels and axles, and call it a day. But once I got it painted, I wanted to do a little more. So this time around, we did not take off the wheels. Instead, I wanted to keep the original wheels where exactly they were, because I really didn't know how to fix the placement of the axles if we were to cut the axles. So what we decided here is masking tape off all four wheels to cover them up and protect them from the paint. And this was honestly a little easier, but we did clean the axles and the wheels after we were done. So next step, we grabbed a container, and we grabbed a bit of our chum, and we grabbed a brush as well, and we just brushed on the paint. Luckily, these old Tootsie Toys, most of the time they just painted the outside, so all we have to really strip was the outside of the vehicle, which was very, very handy. Funny enough, this is all that stripped off after we used the stripper, so it was a lot of work with the Dremel tool this time around. Luckily, we had a pretty good Dremel to start with, and second off, it was nice that we had a very nice cleaning tool as well. We got these off of Amazon, a big old pack of them, and this is the first one I've grabbed, and it's still going around. After this project, it did show its wear and tear, but that's the point of them. That's why we got a big pack of them. Anyways, this car did clean up. It did take some more elbow grease than most of the cars. Plus, it's bigger, so it took longer. Your normal story. So as you guys see here, it did clean up pretty nice, but I wasn't satisfied. There was a lot of grooves and edges, so we also grabbed our Dremel tool again, and we grinded them down. We didn't do too much. I just wanted to make it flush again and smooth, where it looked nice. The edge was pretty rough when you put your finger across it. So I just wanted to clean it up a little bit and make it look nice. Other than that, it was actually a pretty nice looking casting. I really couldn't complain all that much.
Meanwhile, back in the fish tank.
So, the idea for this car, like we talked about in the beginning of the video, was to restore it to make it look nice. So as you see here, I went with more of an era correct color. I would tend to think this was a more era correct color. And with that said, I wanted to keep up the gasoline theme that we kind of went with. And what we did to do that was I found some Texaco gasoline decals that I thought would work perfect with this build. If you guys remember, we kind of did something similar to this a couple years ago with a Studebaker truck, but instead of all rusty and crusty, we made it look nice. The other steps that I want to take with this truck was to do some over detailing, as I call it. So a lot of the time, these Tootsie Toys had pretty bare minimum details, so I kind of wanted to express and make them stand out a bit. So how we did this was we took our chrome pen and we went to town, as you guys will see in a little bit. Now we're going to move on to the details. So what I started with was your typical headlights. I was thinking on doing the grill, but I didn't want to overkill it. So all we did was the headlights on that. We painted them with the chrome pen, let it dry. Then we also covered it with some yellow paint to keep that, that 50s styling correct. We also did the front bumper, the rear bumper, and the wheel skirts as well. I really thought it was a good idea to chrome out these wheel skirts just to give it more of a flair and to stand out. Plus, it was to be a little bit different. But guys, once we are done with this, we are going to see where we started and our final result. I'll see you over there. Alright, guys. If you remember, this is what we started with. This was the Tootsie Toy Ford gasoline truck that we started, made by Tootsie Toy. And it was in pretty rough shape, I would say. It needed some TLC and needed to come back to life. And that was the goal here today. I generally think that we created a very nice piece for Big Charlie. And with that said, I'm not going to make you guys wait any longer. Let's go see the final result. Here is our final result for the Ford gasoline truck made by Tootsie Toys for our brand Big Charlie. Guys, I think this thing stands out. It is subtle with a bit of a flair. Has a very nice clear coat on it, as you guys see. It's shining once again. The paint is a very beautiful color. Something a little different, especially because normally when I use this kind of color, we rust it out and make it look pretty crusty. But the chrome is sticking out. It looks great. The headlights are great with the yellow. And generally, I am very, very happy with this build. Big Charlie, I hope you are as well as you guys. Guys, before we go, I do want to remind you of the March 1st deadline for the parking lot giveaway that we have on right now. The rules are very simple. You just have to go on to YouTube, watch the video, comment a story of a experience you had in a car, name that car, and you could be entered to win a handful of Cuda's Diecast Customs cars. Good luck to everybody, and guys, with that said, I'm going to end here, and I will see you in the next one. Remember, guys, if you want to participate, you have until March 1st to put your stories in that video. I'll see you guys soon.